Big voice. KWTN 100.9 FM. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Hello, everybody. Heinepe, Pomp Pinu Baja J. It's Tuesday here on the Big Voice Radio. I am Bethany Redhorn, the Winnebago Indian News editor, and I am joined here in the studio by
Bond, James Bond. No, I'm just playing. My name is Kevin Ebert. I'm the multimedia coordinator for the Winnebago Tribe, and I am her co-host for a little while.
Yeah, so me and Kev here in the studio. We're here for Winnebago Talks, which is every Tuesday live at 11 a.m. here on the Big Voice Radio. And so some of the things that we'll get into today is our usual segments. So we'll talk about the Winnebago Indian News. We'll get into some community updates, and we'll update the community on some of the wonderful things that Winnebago is talking about. We will also get into a few of our segments. So I believe we'll get into a joke of the day, rant of the day, and we'll also get into my answer is, hopefully, with MCBKC. And so that is for our show today. And so DJ Guaranteed will actually be joining us, and he'll be coming in hot. But we are going to talk about some of the Winnebago Indian news that we have. So we had an edition come out this past Saturday on January 31st. And so in this edition, we have our first bare moon. That's Hunch Wichoni Na. So we're on our volume 55, number 2 of the Winnebago Indian News. And so some of the things that we talked about is a community discussion on membership. We had a tribal enrollment forum last week on Thursday, January 15th, 2 weeks ago, actually, I should say. And so we also talked about making dreams into reality over at Sweet Things Diner with Carrie LaPointe and Greg Walker. And so you can read about that on our headliners. We also want to make notice of the free tribal IDs for all tribal members. So this was available for 60 days only, and we are still in that 60-day period. The Winnebago Tribal Council has authorized the Enrollment Department to issue tribal ID cards for all enrolled tribal members at no cost for a limited time. This action was approved to support and protect tribal members during current federal enforcement activities. Why should you get a tribal ID? It will confirm your tribal citizenship, helpful when presented with a state ID or passport, provides peace of mind for you and your family. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Winnebago Tribe's Enrollment Department at 402-878-2028. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., or you can always email enrollment@winnebagotribe.com. And so we have also been joined here in the studio by... One more time. Okay?
Good morning. Wow.
What the?
We're plugged in.
Yeah.
KWTN.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Am I in me?
Yeah.
All right. So
There it is.
there you guys go. Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian Chamberlain, Physical Resources Director for the Winnebago Tribe. The information we wanted to share was something that we did in the last couple of shows, just reminding everybody that the Winnebago Tribal Council made and endorsed the decision to move utility customers and specifically those on the garbage route pickup from Gill Hauling to King's Disposal. That changeover will happen by March 1st, and so very soon, if it hasn't happened already, all tribal customers, now we're trying to make that distinction as clear as we can, this is not the village, this is the Winnebago Tribe. Customers for garbage pickup will be receiving a new dumpster from King's Disposal, and the route will be planned and the pickup dates, etc., will be shared as soon as that information is forthcoming. And once that's done, the changeover will happen. So we wanted to share that, and one of the main reasons why is because the overall cost for the tribe, it was definitely a savings to move, and then the service standard, because we've been receiving multiple complaints that Gill would pass up houses or either that would definitely not ever go back. And King is not in that same realm because they'll go back and pick somebody's trash up. And if you guys have ever been in that scenario, you know, if it doesn't get picked up one week, it's really a pain.
Yeah.
It really is. And so instead of, you know, placing our membership and our people in that position, then we're moving to somebody that's actually going to take better care of our people.
Love that. And
So-
that'll take effect on March 1st, 2026.
Yes, that is the date that we're looking for with that. And so again, I want to make it as clear as possible. That is Winnebago Tribe Utilities customers. So if you get a bill for trash, etc., from the tribe, this is who I'm talking about. This is not the village.
Also want to make mention in there, we've been including that notice in the Winnebago Indian News.
Yes.
If you have any questions, you can reach out to Kristen Neff at 402-878-2203.
Right. We're looking at trying to make the changeover as seamless as possible, just, you know, using one dumpster versus the other. And then that's the other part of that too. Once everything is arranged, King has a recycle option. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, because I live in the corporate limits of the village, and so we use their service and stuff. But I really hope that the village kind of sees, hey, they're doing it for the tribe, because I want to be able to do that at home too, because there's a lot of stuff that we would definitely be able to recycle, you know, plastic bottles, paper, all that kind of stuff, and it'd be nice to have that option. But that will be for a small additional fee, but again, all of that information is forthcoming and will be shared with each of you, so tell your relatives that the changeover is happening and they will be able to recycle.
Definitely good update. And so then I also wanted to make mention, we do have a new feature in the Win that is new faces and new spaces.
Yeah.
So we want to welcome some of those new employees here to the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. I believe we're going to be including that going forward on new hires for the Winnebago Tribe.
Yes, the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska has well over 350, and I think it's actually pushing 380
Wow.
employees, and so we're one of the largest employers in the region, of course. And then that is just the tribe itself. You add in all the other entities, and it grows even more. Winnebago is quite the active hub of employment actions, and so anyone that comes on board, welcome aboard, and the more the merrier.
And then I also want to mention a women's talking circle that is a weekly event where everyone has a voice. And so this is with the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska's Human Services, and it is every Thursday, 5:15 to 7 p.m. If you have any questions, you can give them a call at 402-257-5586.
What page are we on?
I'm on the
You're
second
on the
page.
wrong
Wrong
issue,
edition?
Kevin.
Okay,
Yes,
that's what I thought.
that is from, I want to say, Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's quite
That's
old.
what's on our tribe. That's what's on our website.
Okay.
I clicked on this win.
Okay, but yeah, the updated one, is it pink?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got pink, actually purple.
Yeah, more like a
Light purple.
lilac lavender-ish type thing.
So we're just running through, and then we also always include the tribal council minutes. We also have some Winnebago Public School Board minutes in there as well.
Yes.
And then also coming up, I remember hearing them say that we're well into the under the 30-day countdown for last Bear Moon powwow.
Yes, and I know guaranteed we'll have all of the information regarding that, but that is definitely coming up at the end of this month now that we are in February. And so all the stuff that's there. Question of the issue, the final segment, I believe, of Storytellers.
Yes.
And then a reprinted column that was originally ran in Indian Country Today regarding one of our tribal member ancestors, Lillian St. Cyr. She was, if not the first, one of the very first Native actresses that kind of hit it big. And she was in multiple movies, of course, going back to the silent movie era. And so that full story that was originally printed in Indian Country Today through their kind permission, we reprinted in this latest issue of The Wind. So check it out.
Yes, definitely. And then some of the tribal awareness that we wanted to talk about, we went through some of those graphics that are available on the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook. We printed those in the Win as well. Just some information regarding if you were to be stopped by ICE.
Yes.
And so we have some tips and some helpful information. We also have other helpful resources that you can find on the Native American Rights Fund, or you can visit www.narf.org/ice-resources-2026.
And I also believe this is on the website, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yep.
so there's a lot of good stuff there. The Winnebago tribe is very committed to trying to give as much information as possible. And then if you're not aware and you don't have one, there are free tribal IDs. Simply get a hold of the Winnebago tribe's enrollment department. Ramona Sheridan is still the head lady over there, but the entire staff is there to help you, because we want to make sure that all of our tribal members are taken care of and protected regardless of where you live. So if you need a tribal ID, they are free for the time being. I don't remember the exact date on that, but you can get a free tribal ID. And always remember, carry your IDs and protect yourself, because you never know when some kind of thing may happen. Don't live in fear, guys. Don't do that. Don't fall into that trap. But at the same time, make sure you are prepared.
Yep, just be aware.
Yes.
So do we want to grab Guaranteed? Do you want to grab him for us?
I sure can.
Is he back?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Also, I hope you guys are ready, because the answer B,
Yes.
this being Milt, is going to be coming up quite soon with that. And there's going to be some head scratchers. I hope you guys are ready, because I kind of went deep into this, and I'm going to throw a new, how do I want to say this? A new curveball.
Uh-oh.
Yes, so the answer B is coming up with that, so I hope you guys are ready.
Shaking in my boots.
Yeah, so I got to prep that and get ready. Any questions for me, Guaranteed? I know you're fresh into the mix today.
You know, one of the things that we were discussing is that the 50th anniversary of the Powwow Grounds
Yes.
is happening. Last Bear Moon, we're barreling down the road and we're counting down. We got an official countdown on the website.
Right.
And that's pretty exciting and stuff. So I know
Yeah.
you guys are meeting about the Powwow Grounds, and got a few assignments from the administration to maybe see if we can do some upgrades regarding the sound system and all this and that. So we'll be working with you.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. That's really nice, because I really like it, because we've kind of had a little bit of a spectrum, and you know this, Guaranteed, because you guys provided services a couple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've had really, really good ones, and some that are like, come on, guys, you know, and
yeah.
it's like, yeah, and so
It's a challenge, man.
It
Especially
is.
that 360 and
yeah,
That
the
reach.
the dynamics of a drum. They start out real kind of soft,
course,
and
yeah.
then they hit that gas, and man, they can freaking get pretty loud indeed and stuff. So it's a challenge to be a sound guy at any powwows and stuff. So
Yeah.
shout out to everybody that does that. But yeah, man, it's pretty exciting, and I think I am excited for the answer is. Who won last time? Do you remember?
I think I swept with a surprise question.
She did.
No, just kidding.
We don't talk about that.
yeah.
It still cracks me up, the train question.
Oh yeah.
Makes me chuckle every time.
What tune was that now?
When he asked what's the letters on the train
Oh.
that frequents the right area.
Yeah.
Burlington.
Well,
No.
it was which railroad company operates the tracks that come through Winnebago,
Yeah.
and you had to know it.
And
So,
you knew it.
yeah.
You-
Shout out to my niece Scar.
Yeah, it's like, because we were waiting forever. No.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right. Well, we'll see you
Yeah, I
soon
will
there
be back, yeah.
as we continue on
back.
here. So, I apologize for the delay, folks. I had a meeting regarding Last Bear Moon Winter Celebration, and that was a wonderful meeting. Indeed. It went a little bit long, but just so you guys know, man, I hope you guys are excited. I want to recap a few things here. Is that last Thursday, the the Last Bear Moon Winter Celebration Committee held a fundraiser down at the Blackhawk Center lobby. And there was a couple things that came to my attention. Is that one is we apologize because there were a lot of youth fundraisers happening that day.
Yeah.
As you know, it kind of falls on a good payday and people feel good about it and they want to support and stuff. So I thought that we didn't know. We apologize for that and everything too, but at the same time, it was a success. Moral of the story, it was a success, but yeah, I kind of felt bad afterwards. It's like, oh man, I apologize. The reason it was a success, though, was that we had Mary Kelsey as the chef, and you had food from Mary Kelsey. Wonderful cook. Amazing.
Definitely.
The traditions, let's talk about it a little bit. I was taught to have good feelings when you're making food because that will translate into... Did you hear anything like that?
I did. Yep. Always growing up to have a good feeling when you're cooking. It'll be felt in your food, or you put
Yeah.
good feelings into your food when you're cooking.
I had the opportunity after kind of the dust settled to take part in what we made. And I didn't want to do like Indian tacos. And to me, this is just my opinion. You know, there's some wonderful fry bread makers out there, award winning here on the reservation. And anytime I go out and tell people about the homecoming celebration or any powwows, one of the things they make mention is the fry bread, right?
Yes.
I was like, okay, well, you know, let's some people might still be in their New Year's resolution, and let's have wild rice. The wild rice came from Michigan, a tribal business up in Michigan. You ever had wild rice?
I have, yes.
Oh man,
Love it.
It is tasty. It's a delicacy. It's like their Indian corn. How we really love Indian corn down here. And I took part of it. Oh man, I am craving it. It was
Delicious.
yeah. Then we had the fruit cup, kind of the what we call bear food, is berries and nuts. And man, she did a wonderful job on that. Then she made her homemade buns. Those were that's the claim to fame. So people were saying, you're only charging $10. It went well.
Yeah.
And we want to say thank you to Hy-Vee for donating the food. We reached out to them and they got on board. So Hy-Vee was a big sponsor. Mary Kelsey doing that. And then all our servers, Anna Barrage was down there, Trisha Rivers, Summer Snow, they really helped out and stuff, especially getting that plated. There was a coordination effort where you got a ticket and then you took it back to the kitchen and utilized that. Thank you to Whirling Thunder, the facilities, for allowing us to use the kitchen. My overall take is that we wanted to raise a certain amount of money. We were about 200 shy of that target, but it was a success. And then another takeaway that I want to make mention, and this is huge, is the support for Last Bear Moon is phenomenal. I mean, just when we first started Last Bear Moon, it was just a thought. It was actually a dream and just an idea. And each year, even us as the big voice, we learn something new. It grows. The quality of the live stream production gets better and better, where we've been eyeing this company called powwows.com. 2 million people following and stuff. This year, we feel comfortable enough where we're going to collaborate with them. They're going to simulcast our live stream. We're going to produce it. You're going to be the director of it. And that is the window out there to all powwows. You know, it's going to be the biggest one so far. That is crazy. So I want to say thank you to all of the supporters, the people that took time out to purchase the t-shirt. The committee was down there. They had some questions. We have a raffle that is still ongoing. The raffle will be drawn February 13th, and it includes a stay and play package. The value of this stay and play package is $500. It's 2-1 in Vegas. You could redeem it that weekend if you wanted to for Valentine's Day, or you can use it for Last Bear Moon. The hotel is sold out, so it is kind of a hot ticket raffle. If you don't win that one, don't worry, because the Tribal Council donated a beautiful star quilt. It's a purple star quilt. I think we have a picture somewhere. And it is, just to describe it for the listeners that are in the radio, it is a handmade star quilt. It's nice, and it's black, purple, with the purple scheme on it and some grays in there, and it's just a beautiful handmade star quilt. The value, they said about $350, but to me, that thing should be at least 500 plus, right? It might be first place. You might want to win this star quilt, you know. And then if you don't win that one, then we'll got 2 Last Bear Moon t-shirts for the third place winner. So those 3 prizes, $10. You could turn that into something pretty good. And the best part about it is it helps sponsor that cultural event. You know?
Sorry, I was going through some of this. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good.
behind the scenes look at that.
Yeah. It was a wonderful day. You know, we had a couple technical glitches that day and stuff, you know, as far as we're trying to broadcast live from on location down at the Blackhawk Center, and it worked out well, but we got the information out, and I was actually surprised how many people came out to support it, and that just made us feel good, kind of gave us more momentum as we head into we're less than a month away.
Yeah, we're under 30 days.
I'll tell you kind of behind the scenes here is that we were at 13% of the budget, you know, and I told the committee, I was like, I'm not putting out a flyer until I get 100% of the budget. And we're at 13% of the budget covered, 13%, right? And we need to cover the rest and stuff. And like, how are we going to get this money? How are we going to, you know, and at times I felt defeated because I was like, oh man, there's no way that's a enormous number to get as far as our budget. But with fundraising, with your guys' support too, you, Gayla, the whole team of communications, getting the information out, and then we garnered some partners, meaning that everybody basically from Winnebago, the programs from human services down to the Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department, they got on board. I'm happy to report, man, we made our budget goal. You know, we had less than 2 months to make our budget goal. Now, I'm not saying that that's the way you should do it. I'm just saying that it was phenomenal how it all came together. You know, it was phenomenal. So we're going to be barreling down the road to last Bear Moon and stuff. You know, we had an opportunity to share some of our best, you know, top 3 last Bear Moon moments here in the last stream and stuff. And I'd like to kind of continue it on. I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So what else is going on with DJ Bethany? Want to go into news? What you got?
Yeah, so sorry, grizzly bear this morning. I would like to say that things are going pretty swell so far for 2026 with the Winnebago Indian News. We also have a apprentice with us for the semester, and that is with the apprenticeship program, which is a collaboration between Ho Chunk Incorporated, the Education Department, the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, the Winnebago Public School, and we have Aiden Armal, who is with us for the semester.
Oh, yeah.
He's a senior this year at Winnebago Public School. He did do an introduction in our #1 edition for this year of the Win.
Yeah.
And then he also debuted season 7 of Baby Bison Beats last night at 7 p.m.
That's awesome.
And so I was listening to his episode. I had to go through and just to double check, just to make sure he got all the, because he covered. He covered Southern hip hop.
Oh.
And so some of them in there was like, some of them I have never heard of, but it was just like Outkast, So Fresh, So Clean. He had like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And then some of them I had never heard of before. But I just wanted to double check, make sure he got everything out. And he did. And I thought he did a pretty awesome job, and excited to see what he does on his next episode.
Yeah, I think in the entirety of Baby Bison Beats, the apprentices never really did a focus on rap. I know there's been a few songs in there.
Yeah.
But just that, I watched the Netflix and I don't know if you guys ever seen it, the documentary, it's called Hip Hop. And it goes through the start of how hip hop came about.
Check that out.
Then they talk about West Coast and that whole beef. Remember Dr. Dre? Then they talk about East Coast hip hop. And there was the Midwest. You know, you remember Nally's Country Grammar?
Yeah.
Then that Southern hip hop, which is Ludacris. And then you get that crunk, what they call crunk music. It's a whole kind of genre. Yeah. And now, back in my days, it was Master P, which I was listening to one of his songs and stuff. I apologize, you know what I mean? Because when I was a high school student, I was probably like drinking the Master P tea, right? I mean, and I was like, this song is horrible. It's that one that goes, make them say, na 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 na.
I don't know. Did you guys see that Master P did a versus against Birdman and Cash Money?
Uh-huh.
I don't know when this was. It was probably months ago, but they basically were saying that Master P like swept Birdman, but just some of the songs that he played, I was just like, yeah, I forgot about that song.
Make them say,
Yes, they're bad. But at the same time, some of them are actually, because they're actually pretty good still. You know, they hold on and stuff. But yeah, some of them are like, oh god.
Yeah, he had the horn selection, and that was, I think he's from New Orleans, right? And so he kind of incorporated some of
I don't
that
think I ever knew that.
style
Yeah.
into
I
their.
think
So
he
he's down south and stuff. So it's really interesting. There was a guy on this Netflix
yeah.
documentary about hip hop, and he was a doctor of hip hop. He did his whole
Okay.
doctorate on hip hop and knew the orient, you know, and what direction it's going. So it's always evolving, you know. It's safe to say that rap and hip hop is here to stay. You know, you think about disco and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of faded out. It's retro. It's kind of making its way back. I think of Bruno Mars.
Sure.
Bruno Mars is tearing it up. You hear his new song?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you hear it?
I
haven't
don't.
heard-
I haven't.
I have not heard the whole album, or is it even released yet?
I don't know.
But I know the single is. No, I like it. It's
I'm a huge Bruno
very
Mars.
Bruno,
Have to
very
check it out.
Bruno.
That
yeah.
boy can sing,
Yeah.
man.
I agree.
You talk about wailing, boy.
Yeah, another
Holy
good one
smokes.
there.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But anyways, so he got to debut that, and then every Monday.
Yes, every Monday at 7 p.m.
And then does he have a preview of what episode 2 is going to be?
Not yet, but I know that he, his, how would you say that? His music taste is a little, has a lot of variety. So
That's nice.
we'll see where he goes with this next one.
Then that's what we want to foster.
Yes, yes.
To have a radio show is crazy and stuff, and there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes into it. You got to learn the program, you got to edit the program, you got to script it out, you got to come up with the music and everything. So a lot of respect to the DJs that are on air. It's just not you just come in here and start playing music. Not only that, we've got to screen it, make sure that it's radio friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. And I think from my perspective, I'm always very happily surprised because they come up here and almost all of them are the same. They kind of sit there quiet. They don't say anything at all. And you try to engage them and like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
you
the
know, whatever. It's
one-worded
like, I know I'm
answers.
like this old, you know, who's this old guy and whatever and stuff. But it's like, then when they get on the radio, it's like you have to project, you know, audibly. You have to be
Yes.
able to speak and stuff. And I like seeing that because some have done it, you know, quicker than others. And I don't want to use better because everyone has their own style, you know, and I really want to point that out. But it's nice to see, you know, because when they're able to engage it, I like what they're able to bring. And then they're like what you were saying earlier, their musical background is very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
It
who
is.
raised this child?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's like,
When he came out with Southern, I was like, wait, what? And then I heard what songs he included. I was a little surprised, but
yeah, because you never know what kids are going to latch onto and stuff. Because
Yeah.
we're all and we asked that question before, you know, like, what did your parents listen to? And of course, you know, you may love it, you may, you know, not like it anymore, but it's like it influenced you in some way.
Man.
So,
Tylee, she brought out some music.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. I was like, how does this girl know about this song?
Right.
Whoa. It was it's pretty cool. Pretty awesome.
Definitely.
yeah, I like seeing that and what they're able to have with that stuff there. I don't know if you guys shared it while I was away and stuff, but we did recently receive a memo from the Winnebago Tribe CEO. The Blackhawk Community Center is going to be used for one of the wake and burial services that is happening. So please be advised that Whirling Thunder Wellness and the rest of the building are going to be impacted by that. I don't believe they brought the family members home yet, but to that point, the remainder of the week is going to be influenced by how they have that service happening. And so I know there's still details coming. The family has to make their decisions that they make, but be aware that the gymnasium area, Blackhawk Community Center, is going to be impacted that. And I do believe they are definitely closing it. So admin leave for those workers that work at the Blackhawk Center only on Friday.
Then the thing too is like when they have admin leave, there's the website. So use the website. If you use the email system nowadays in 2026 and stuff, I know we love the face-to-face and stuff, but if there's an emergency, finance is still going to run the checks
Yeah.
and emergency checks, I should say. They're on a kind of a check schedule, but of the other departments, IT, you know, if there's something that happens and you need to get a hold of IT, just go onto the website, Winnebago Tribe, and
Yeah.
then there's a staff directory right there, and then just fire off an email. It's kind of almost like a requirement that we check our emails every other minute,
Yes.
something might flare up, especially us as communications and stuff. You just never know when emergency might happen, and we understand there's emergencies out there too. So
Yeah.
one of the things I wanted to talk about as we head into February, it's getting a little tough. I know for me it's getting a little tough because we've been inside a lot. The weather, all this and that and stuff, and you talk about words about depression, you talk about words of like loneliness, and we have people that are experiencing trauma as far as whether it be losing a loved one, mourning, things like that. Just remember that it's going to get better. There's sunnier days ahead, and our prayers and our thoughts, there's two of them.
Literally sunnier days ahead.
Yes.
The days are
yes.
getting longer.
Right. And we have help for you, and maybe pass this along and stuff. I'm not the best. I admit I'm probably not the best person to lend an ear, or I don't have counseling background or anything like that. But we do have services and programs. They're passionate about it, and that's what they're there for. So utilize those programs, the YCIC program, the tribal court. Those two ladies, they came up, talked about that program. The Winnebago Behavioral Health program, Kikijide is another one. So there's services out there for us tribal members, and please pass this along. And if anything too, reach out to us as how do you say, I don't want to say personalities or anything like that, but just people in communications. One of our roles is sometimes just to connect people.
Yeah, definitely.
And be like, hey, if we need to take you down there, or if we need to do that, or this is who you should talk to, So hang in there, guys. Hang in there.
Yeah.
It's literally sunny days ahead, right?
Yes, indeed.
So I'm going to go with my rant of the day already. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I apologize. But this god dang rodent, the groundhog,
Oh,
What
I
do they
forgot
call
about
him?
that guy.
Phil?
Okay.
he got to go. He's got to go. What is
gotta
What
go.
is his track record anyway? 33% or something?
It's usually not good, but I didn't even see. I really
didn't
didn't.
even
That
know.
What did
guy-
he do?
Forgot about that guy.
Man, I'm going to get my bow and arrow out, and next time they hold him up in the air, just don't be surprised. I'm going to take him out, man. He has to go. That's my rant of the day. Get out of here, boy.
Was it 6 more weeks, or I don't even know
I
what
don't
you
It
even
said.
was
know.
6 more weeks.
Google
No.
it real quick. Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah, man. This guy seen his shadow, right? And that's what they say.
Yeah, if it goes back in, it's 6 more weeks. But
Now,
if
do you
it
guys
bumps
believe in that,
around-
though? I mean-
Not at all. No. Yesterday it was close to 40 degrees. I'm like, I don't mind that at all. So
What do you got for rant? Rants. We're ranting today on Winnebago Talks, man. So if you agree with me, let me know.
I was gonna say, I think we do kind of throw traffic rants in there all the time, but man, these roundabouts and when they late signal, when they throw that blinker on at the last minute,
Don't tell
especially when
anybody.
there's semis right there.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but I don't signal in a roundabout.
Jeez.
that's why
That's
when
pointing
I
at
said
Garan.
that to you earlier, guaranteed, in a
man.
previous show, I said, because roundabouts change the right of way, meaning that the right of way is, of course, if you are heading straight and there's no stop sign, you have the right of way. Somebody has to stop for you, like if they're merging or turning in or whatever. But the roundabout changes that dynamic. And I said this, are we creating bad karma in the roundabout? Because somebody who would normally be able to go through has to stop. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. So
I have good
Yeah.
news. I have good news on your roundabouts. We're getting another one.
There's 2 more. They're putting one in front of the Powell grounds. They're gonna put one out there by the KP. They're gonna put one by this daycare. They said they're gonna put one over there by the center where that crosswalk
Well,
sign's at. Not just
the
kidding.
one
I
that
never
always
heard
gets
about the power
taken out.
grounds, but
No, I'm
at the
just
same,
kidding.
the one that I did see, there was some pretty serious discussion was, when you're heading to Macy, and then of course, you turn off and you go into town there,
Yeah.
that they're going to do one there. And you guys, anyone who's traveled that road knows that's kind of like at the crest of a hill. I'm like, how are they going to do that?
Yeah,
It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because in the same way as the pony, I have been there and I've seen it to where somebody pulls out from one of the turnoffs at the that intersection going into Macy, and it's a wonder they didn't crash.
Yeah.
Same way at the pony. It's like you see a truck barreling down the highway 65 at least, and you try to pull out in front of them. It's happened to me personally too and stuff like
I
that.
know,
And I
my
ranted
jaw
about
just
that.
be
even.
hanging. I'm like,
Yes. I was always with somebody else, and I was like, I can get a new car.
Right.
Thanks to you, but whatever.
So-
yes, the roundabouts are your rant.
That's your
Yeah.
rant? I thought you were going to do a celebration because we're going to get another one. You know, this is my good news of the day. Anyways, how about you?
My rant is going to be why is it always traffic? And Bethany, I feel you in that, but how come my windshields can't last?
The Chronicles of the Windshield.
Yesterday, when I was floating north, a truck and of course, you always just see it coming.
Oh,
'Cause,
no. Yeah, you are right. You
Yeah,
are
and
right.
it's
I
It's like
agree
time
with you.
freezes a
yeah,
little bit.
I agree with you 100%, man. That's a good rant.
Yes, and there it is, and thankfully I have to say that it's not directly in the line of vision and stuff. It's slightly behind the mirror, but it's just like
Please.
replace the windshield.
Now, if anybody has any tips or techniques or anything like that, they said if it's a quarter size, they take it in right away because
Yeah.
it won't spread.
Right.
Usually when the hot and cold or
Yeah,
you
the
know, all
cold
the-
is usually
it starts to crack more.
Yeah.
But they said get ahead of it, and
Yeah.
if you have a chip and stuff, you know, if it's a quarter, it's fixable. Is that true?
Yeah,
I
I've
never-
had that done
you?
before, and it didn't run and stuff. They put some kind of liquid resin in it and all that kind of stuff and whatever. But yeah, so
Long time ago, I used clear nail polish.
and it worked. Wow.
yeah, because what they put on there, I watched the guy that was doing it once. It's very liquid in it. It almost seems like it. I know it's not this, but like super glue or something, and whatever they use to kind of pressure it into
Yeah.
it so it doesn't spread. Yeah.
Every single vehicle I had has a cracked
Oh,
windshield
God, I
because
know.
of that,
I
because
know.
of these roads, man.
Yes.
And that is a perfect rant of the day,
Yes.
man. Okay, so I was talking about what is Punxsutawney? What do we call him? Phil?
Groundhog.
What-
Yeah.
He's a
Punxsutawney
ground.
Phil.
Yeah,
What the
Punxsutawney
heck?
Phil.
Punxsutawney?
Yes.
How did he come up with that name?
That's the name of the town.
See,
Oh.
okay. More reason for that. What is it? A big rat? What
Not
is
to,
it?
not to
Groundhog.
confuse him with Brooklyn Phil. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways, we're gonna change the transition here. We're going with the joke of the day.
Yes.
How do groundhogs know how many trees they chewed? They keep a log.
Oh my God.
That was a good one. You see how I kind of set my rant up, and then I went into
Yes.
some laughs with the joke of the day. They keep a log. Yee, today's joke of the day.
Well, I got one for you then. Think of the insect, okay? What do you call an American bee?
American bee?
Like the insect, you know,
Yeah.
floating among the flowers.
Queen bee.
An American bee. A patriot.
A U.S. bee.
USB.
Boo! Yes.
I get it. I got it. That's a good one. All right, DJ Bethany, can you top the groundhog, man? What do they do? What's their purpose of life besides trying to see his shadow or not? You know,
They're, relative. They're mammals, a large rodent, and stuff. So
it's
but
a big rat. It's a big rat, right? I just don't like him. I did not like him. You're gonna tell me you're bringing 6 more weeks? 6 more? I'm done.
It's all wives' tale, guaranteed. It's all wives' tale.
It's just to keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I don't know. These ones are all corny. I don't like them.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just end with those. We'll end on a high note. No.
Are you ready to dig in then?
Let's go.
All right, the answer B, this being milk. We
Okay.
still got to figure that out. Okay, the first two are the only two with multiple choice if you need it, okay? So, you guys, I don't know if you have anything to write on, or you can just say the letter, okay? Question number 1. On this day in 1468, Johannes Gutenberg was born. What is he famously known for?
Oh.
Multiple choice if you need it.
Johannes?
Yeah, Johannes Gutenberg. What is he famously known
for
for?
sure. The Autobahn. But I'm going to need multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple
okay.
choice.
A, printing the Bible. B, crafting beer in mass quantities. C, accurately predicting the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. D, he is the first documented serial killer.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go with A.
Okay.
What's his name again?
Johannes Gutenberg.
I'm going with D.
I remember
The
something about a press, and I think it was called the Gutenberg press or something.
So
Go ahead.
printing the Bible and the first documented serial killer?
Yeah.
Yes, he is the first person to famously print the Bible.
Yes.
The Gutenberg Bible is one of the kind of those things that you search for in archaeology, like Indiana Jones.
And is it still in existence?
Yeah, there's only a handful of them, but yeah,
Wow.
the Gutenberg Bible was the first thing that was widely printed, and he was
Do you
famous
know
for
what
that.
year?
Well, he's born in 1468, so I'd have to assume probably somewhere around 1480, 85, somewhere in there.
Holy crap. So how many years old is that thing then? I mean,
Then that would be 440,
my goodness.
more or less. Yeah, somewhere in there. Okay. Question number 2 then. The Winter Olympics are coming up with the opening ceremonies happening later this week in Italy. When did the USA first host the Winter Games? Multiple choice if you need it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
A, 1932, B, 1940, C, 1952, D, 1972. When did the USA first host the Winter Games? 32, 40, 52, 72.
I'm going C.
72.
Oh, we're both going to C.
With D,
I'm going to D.
52 and 72. That's C and D.
Oh, yeah. I'm going with the 52.
Okay, it is actually 1932.
Oh, man, we're off. It's a couple of decades. That's all right.
Yes. Okay, then.
Where was it at? Utah?
No, I want to say
Utah?
Lake Placid, New York.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay,
Has
question
it been
number.
in Utah before?
Yeah, it was in Salt Lake City. I want to say 2000, somewhere around 2004, 2002, somewhere in there. Anyway, so yeah.
Is it? I want to talk about the Olympics a little bit. Winter Olympics. What do you
Yes.
guys watch? Do you guys?
Skating. I like seeing the snowboarding on the half pipe.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Shaun White,
man. They're going.
yeah,
They're
and it's
going
like
crazy
wow,
fast.
the like how far they sky in there and like flipping, and then it's like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like seeing like some of like the speed skating and stuff like that too. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the-
I like the skating too.
But
has
yeah,
to
the
hurt, man.
figure skating, of course, is like the premier event.
Is
So,
it? Is
Yeah,
it the pinnacle?
yeah, for me anyway. So
I always thought figure skating and power dancing could learn a lot from figure. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you know how they do the judges and they're just right there, just sitting
Yeah.
in a box, and they boom, boom, boom. Because
Yeah.
power dancing, a lot of it is an art form. And then I was watching the Seminole. They had their tribal fair this past weekend, and they have a lot of categories of the women's traditional dance, right? And I tell the crew, like, you want to see your relative dance and everything, but there should be a section where the half of it is their regalia that they wear, the beadwork.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the fully beaded buckskin dresses, that needs to be in the live stream somehow. I don't know. And then you do the combination of the dancing and everything, but that is something. Figure skating, I like how they do that, because it's the same thing. You know, you have to go and
Garan, you guys have you guys ever used your 360 camera with someone in regalia?
no, we haven't.
There you go.
Yeah, we have to try that out. You know. But anyways, okay. So
Okay. All right.
I
so-
do enjoy figure skating as well.
So those were the only multiple choice, guys. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so this one,
Shaking.
3, 4, and 5, and possibly 6. You just have to know. Okay. Question number 3. On this day in 1959, something major happened in the world of music, and I have a hint if you need it.
All right. So in 1959,
Something major happened in the world of music on this day.
yeah, give us a hint.
The hint is, it happened not far from here in Clear Lake, Iowa.
Oh, okay. You got one? You don't got nothing?
No, I'm thinking.
I'm gonna say that's the day rock and roll died.
The day the music died?
Yeah.
And you are correct. Yes, this is the day when Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, J.P. Richardson, and Buddy Holly were killed in a
Yeah,
plane
man.
crash.
Jeez.
Had an impact on my life watching La Bamba. Oh
Yes.
man, that was a heartbreaking story and
Yes,
stuff. You know?
indeed. Yep, so Clear Lake, Iowa, which isn't too far from here. So they were playing a show, and of course, we're trying to fly on, I believe, to Fargo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But don't quote me on that. But at the same time, unfortunately, crashing, and then all the passengers.
Another squirrel moment.
Yeah.
Did you know that engineer that's producing him? Remember, he's like, do another take, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about his last name and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, look at my last name. My last name is Coons. You guys remember that? Yeah. That's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah. What was it?
Richie!
I forget his the character's stage name, because it's Joe Pantoliano, because they call him Joe Pants. Was the actor? What was his name?
Yeah, I don't know, but Lou Diamond Phillips was the Richie Valens. and
Richie,
stuff.
yes, of course. All right. Anyway,
yeah,
squirrel
moment.
Okay. So yeah, guaranteed got that. So question number 4. Then this is where we're adding in the new twist. Think of soundtracks,
Okay.
movie soundtracks,
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
We're in this realm. Okay, guys. When does Celine have dreams?
Oh. When she's with you.
Okay.
Celine Dion or Selena's?
Late at night.
When does Celine have dreams?
When does Celine
Yes.
have dreams?
Think of a
So late at
soundtrack.
night.
Late at night, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Late
that's
at
what I
night.
said.
Oh my goodness, man! Everybody's probably throwing their remote. And come on, guys, you guys are DJs. When does Celine have dreams? She
Yes.
has dreams when I'm with you.
Okay. Those are your answers?
Yeah.
Every night.
Oh.
The
Oh.
beginning of My Heart Will Go On. Every night in my dreams, I see you.
This
I
is the
feel you.
Titanic song.
Yes.
Oh,
Man,
right over my
Every
head.
night. I know we shouldn't
Do
say
you-
anything.
I did not know this, but do you know what the number one sound? Well, you know, of course, but do you remember what he said?
Last time.
What the number one soundtrack?
Was it The Bodyguard?
Yes.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Yes,
Whitney
indeed.
Houston, my girl.
Okay. So neither on that. So then also now think about the dance club. Okay.
Mhm.
Where does Fergie want to meet?
Oh my goodness, this is my downfall here.
She wants to meet halfway.
You might be right. It sounds pretty familiar, right?
Yes.
Is it?
is,
It
yes.
is. You got it. You got it.
Yes. And then take it even further. Where?
Now that song's
I
in
know
our
it's
head,
a
right?
song.
I don't know. I was like, I love that song. How come I can't think of it?
Meet me halfway, right,
Right.
At the borderline.
Oh, is where I'm gonna stay.
Yes.
Got it.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
So Dad, is it 1-1? I think it
so.
is.
Is
All
it?
right, yes. All right.
Oh.
So you just have to know it then. Tiebreaker number 6. In a couple of weeks, the Lunar New Year approaches. What is the coming symbol?
Crest or something like that. Something wax, right?
No,
Is that what you mean?
The Chinese New Year, the
Oh.
Lunar New Year.
Oh, okay,
What
okay.
is the coming
it's a
symbol?
horse.
The horse.
It's a
yep.
snake.
The horse. It is the snake. It will be the horse.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I was
Bethany
close. So you
pulls it
won
out,
again? Are you on a
yes.
2-week run?
Yes.
She's on a 2-0 run.
Yes.
We don't talk about that, so we got to change the subject. No, I'm just like, congratulations, DJ Bethany.
Play that Bruno Mars song.
I know, right?
That Fergie song, right? All right.
I've
So-
always liked that song though, and it's definitely a good driving song too, because you just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, there was a couple other events that took place. Oh, I know what it was. Midwest Darts happened. I played
Wow.
up there in Sioux City. You ever been to a dart tournament? It is crazy. It's crazy and stuff. We
I
didn't do
was
good at
watching
all, but it's just a little hobby. It's not something that we trying to be professionals and all this and that and stuff. But that's the first time I ever played in Midwest here in South Sioux City. And there were some other native teams up there, and I don't think anybody really did as good. We might have been kind of stage fright and all this. And it was really tight in there as far as there were so many people jam-packed,
yeah.
and we played with a team, and there was 4 of us and stuff, and we had to even get to the board and stuff. But that was pretty cool. Just trying something different.
I've always enjoyed playing darts. I was never very good, and I know some people are like truly, that's their thing. That's their, that's what they do, and they're wonderful at it. I always wanted to ask somebody, have they transitioned between, because of course there's like the plastic tipped ones, then there's the ones with the metal that's like a needle.
Yeah.
And of course those seem heavier, but it's like, is it different?
Yeah, the weight,
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
I don't have that science down.
Yeah.
Some people like, and then even the length and the shortness,
Yeah.
like my old lady, she plays with real short darts. I'm like, but she
Yeah.
lobs them, and then there's some people that just are,
Like
Yeah.
snipers.
smart.
Yeah, just really go at it and stuff. But then, there's the tips, and that's one. Then there's kind of like that has a different weight. But I know on ESPN they play with the needle ones.
Yeah.
The other ones that we play with are plastic.
Yeah, sure. And so, because I was watching one of those tournaments once, I want to say it was something, it was in England. I think it was like the Scottish Championships or something. And of course, it was the needle tip and then like the cork board or whatever it was. Those guys were just like lights out. And then, of course, it wasn't just, nailing bullseyes. They had, play the game until we get the score, but like triple 20, and it's like, oh my God. And just like making it look like nothing, and then, of course, the razor thin, because sometimes it'll hit the metal separator or whatever that, and I'm sure it has names, but it's like, and then they're like, no, it's like, so
it was crazy.
My squirrel moment is, did anybody like go like from the back or something?
No, I nobody. I seen you have to develop your form, just like lining up for a free throw, and there's some people that really. I'll say this, Eugene, he played in it, and I think that's the first time he played a tournament and stuff, but he has like a Karate Kid stance where he's kind of like has his arm way up there, and some people do that. I kind of like put it in my eye level and then trying to shoot it. I'm not the most accurate, but Buff, he's one of the top players and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's out by Fort Randall. I guess he's the best in the world and stuff, and he said that he doesn't miss.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be that good. And anything that you do, you set your mind to it and practice
Sure.
and practice and practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
I just thought it was pretty interesting. So the other thing I want to talk about is we talk about practice and stuff. Tonight, Winnebago Public School, congratulations to the ladies. They won their game. They advanced on in the Lewis and Clark tournament. What you got for them?
So they're going to be, the Winnebago boys varsity is going to be at home for the Lewis and Clark Conference basketball tournament, and we'll be on site streaming for the Walt Hill versus Wynot and Winnebago versus Bloomfield.
You covered them every single game as far as home game, and then we did a couple away games. Well, actually, we did 3. That's pretty historical for the big boys, is that we went down to Macy, we went to Walt Hill, and then we went down to Bancroft. What do you think of the team?
I think they're doing awesome. Like they're really their coaching staff is showing with the way that they play. I'm not the biggest sports person. I'm not too schooled on like the terminology and stuff, but I guess like I understand the basis of the game, and I would say that they run their plays. They all they have a lot of good teamwork, and I think they're playing really awesome this year. So.
The huge game that they got coming up is against the number 2 team, and that's going to end the regular season. That's Ashland Greenwood.
Okay.
We went down, remember, for districts and stuff, and they took them into the fourth quarter. It was a good game. Unfortunately, Winnebago foul. If they would have won that game, I think they would have headed to state tournament and stuff. So they kind of ended that. That was a couple years ago. Remember, that was in when we did Santee. But that's going to be a huge game, a big test, and I think they're gelling pretty good. I get to sit at home because of the crew and everything too, and got to sometimes I critique you guys, and it's fun for me. At the same time, we're just always trying to improve the stream, trying different things. So if you have an opportunity, tell your relatives to share. I know that a lot of our core members are big voicers. They're subscribed, they like all that stuff, but we challenge you to say, hey, you guys watch this. One of the things that we made mention is one of the schools called Winnebago Public School, and we're like, hey, who's your production team? Because they do a wonderful job. So kudos to the production team and everything that you guys do.
Thank you. Yep. Shout out to the crew.
Yep.
All right, guys. That is today's show. We got 2 minutes. What are we going to talk about?
We haven't done our good relative shout out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So today's good relative, 2026. And there's just a lot of people out there. So it's kind of like a shout out, but at the same time, we want to give recognition that you have witnessed. And if you have a nomination for a good relative, go ahead and email us or shoot us a message and stuff, and we'll get them announced. But who do you got?
Well, for starters, I would like to, I'll give mine to the young lady that popped up last week to join us for Winnebago Talks, Tyler Free-Lemire, her mother, Michelle Free-Lemire, and Keely Purcell, and I want to say Sunshine, Thomas Bear, Gayla, shout out to Gayla. She was the one that was kind of letting me know how that process was working out and stuff, but they all went up for the mutual aid. Well, I know Tyler and Michelle traveled up to Minnesota to drop off some mutual aid and things that were needed up in Minnesota. And so just taking that initiative to gather all of those resources, those things that were in need, and just reaching out to the community in the surrounding area and see that they did gather quite a few things. So I want to just give them a big shout out.
That's good. Great job. Good shout out there.
Yeah. I'm trying to distill it down to one. And I mean, there's a lot. I'll say it that way then. To shout out to the tribe and the people. You guys are killing it. You really are. There's a lot of good stuff happening. And so definitely people, need their time in the limelight, but don't think that your work goes unnoticed. And there's a lot of people doing some really good things. So keep it up.
I want to give my shout out to the Wake and Burial program. And then not only that, there's the facilities program.
Yeah.
I know that they come over here and they chop wood.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part. And it's a big relief to the family. And just when a relative transitions to the spirit world, a lot of people come together so that it happens. I see email traffic finance does a food assistance check. Just, you don't really have to ask, and it's kind of done. And I see sometimes they come in on the weekend to get that process and stuff. Tribal Council does a wonderful job. The Wake and Burial is there. And even down to the people that are in charge, to the cooks, to everybody that has to go prep that site to put them back into Mother Earth, that's no matter what, no matter what the weather is like, they're there. So the whole process of us as Winnebago people, when our relatives journey, that a lot of people are there. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that has a hand in that. The prayers that are said, from the wood is cut to the cooks that make the meal, and to the comfort and sympathies that we come together and stuff too. So that's my shout out, the good relatives that really help out with the transition of our relatives. All right, folks, you have a good rest of your day. Join us next Tuesday at 11 a.m. We'll have some more guests come on up here and tell us what's going on in Winnebago Talks, and we'll see you guys tonight at the Lewis and Clark basketball tournament as you cheer on the Winnebago Indians as they face Bloomfield. Do you know what they're known for? Bloomfield,
Bees.
The Bees.
Yeah.
They are the Bees. You guys have a good rest of your day.
US Bees. No, just kidding.
Hi-zo.
You want the world for your own. You want maximum profit.